sort of related to that, you know, I think we're with I-35, we're all kind of feeling overwhelmed with, but I think it's also fair to say that we kind of feel like that we're getting our arms around the therapies, the 6 therapy centers. You saw the revenue there. There's one of them that we got questions about, and that's the one that has very low revenue. We know there's some workers' comp out there that we have to bill, but that revenue has gone up. We billed $5 million in revenue in January, so that's not here. That's additional $5 million that we billed, generating a lot of revenue. I will tell you, we still have some billing issues that we're working through. I guess kind of both on our end and with I-35. Charlotte went yesterday. She's going to again tomorrow or next week. So we're getting our people more involved. Tammy Apodaca, who's a therapist, has taken on the responsibility of going to the therapy centers, you know, at least 1 or 2 every week. And she's visited them all now, and she'll be doing that on a regular basis. You know, and then Kat and her surgery crew, you know, are going to the surgeries, the ambulatory surgery center, the pain center, and they're doing that on a regular basis. That starts tomorrow. You know, the first day that we'll onboard the surgery center is tomorrow. So all of those billings will start coming through us tomorrow, and that's a significant amount of revenue. I'll tell you that everyone, nursing, business office, IT, quality, credentialing, have really had to work hard to get the surgery center up to where it needs to be. And Michael in the lab, there's a lab piece to that. That has the potential to generate significant revenue for us. With that said, in a little bit, we're going to ask you permission. There's 4 other therapy centers that we'll be bringing on in February, if you approve us to do that. Then there's 2 others that are sort of in the pipeline, and then we kind of like to take a little bit of a breath and kind of figure out how to manage all of these a little bit better. But I think we're learning how to do the therapy side of it. You know, we're learning how to do that. We're learning how to bill for it. We've got some issues on the front end, which Charlotte and her staff will address this next week in terms of registration. Do the registration properly on the front end. It sure does help you downstream when you're doing the billing. So we're learning how to do that, and you know, that's working out. That's working out well. We're getting the kinks worked out of that. But it's been interesting. Yeah, it's been interesting. Been a lot of work, but it's also been very rewarding. I think it has the potential to really be a difference maker in terms of the income of the hospital or the financial position of the hospital. A good group to work with. They're very, very kind of honest and straightforward. Ron and I meet with the owners every Thursday, and they always show up and they bring issues. They listen to our issues, and then I think partly because of that, we are making some progress and getting some of the difficulties you know, ironed out. What's happening, particularly on the therapy side, is you've got independent therapy centers, physical therapy centers, that have basically run unchecked. And we're bringing them over on the hospital side where they've got to follow our rules. They've got to wear badges. They've got to get shots. You know, they've been completely unregulated. We're bringing them into a pretty highly regulated business, and they're having a little difficulty adapting to that, but they will. All of us in our different areas have had some frustration with trying to get them on board. But the encouraging thing is that Tammy's gone out. There's 4 other surgery centers that hopefully will come on. It's Weatherford, Lido, Denton, and Crossroads, which is Fort Worth, I believe. And she's been out. She's very impressed with them. She said they're very well run. We're implementing a new documentation billing system, web PT, yeah. And these facilities are already on it. So once we get that in place at all the other facilities, it'll take care of a lot of the billing issues. But anyway, a lot going on, but you know, it's exciting and has the opportunity to make a difference. So I'll answer any questions about it. It's kind of a rambling. You know, any questions about what we're doing there? The pain center is is located in Addison. They have about 17 or 18 employees in the center itself, and then they have about another 20 employees that are on the billing side of it, which is at another location. But you've been there at least a couple times, haven't you? Yeah.
It's a beautiful
I
facility.
tell you what, and that's what we're finding out with all these facilities. They're very nice. They're very nice, and quite frankly, it's causing us to come back and take a look at our facility and say, hey, we probably need to do some things with our facility, to make sure that we're staying up to date and keeping everything, in good shape.
When did the actual billing start for this one?
Well, November is what, November, but we haven't taken over, so it didn't really hit until
I
December.
was gonna say it was December when Charlotte actually
Right.
started billing.
Yeah, and I'm not throwing rocks at them necessarily, but I will tell you, pat on the back of our business office, I think we got into it and found out that if we didn't take a more significant role in the business office side, that it'd take us longer to get where we want to go, and we've done that. We're trying to move out now, but we took over the billing. We got a bunch of the billing done, got it all up to date. It's pretty well up to date right now. And then we're pushing that back to them where they'll do the registration and the billing. They send it to us, and then we have to, for lack of a better term, push the button. We have to send it to the payer ourselves, but they do all the preparation for it, and we're pushing that back to them.
Do we have any type of reject coming back?
We are getting, we've gotten some discounts for not getting the proper pre-certification. Couple of reasons for that. One of them is in the registration process. The other is that it's quite possible that some people didn't realize that when it's a change of ownership, and it is a change of ownership, you've got to go back and get new pre-certifications for all the patients. The thing about that is that's cash, so if it's being disallowed, it comes in as a reduction of cash, and we don't get paid, but I-35 doesn't get paid because the payment is all, there's a basic management fee and a lease fee, but any incentives on there is based on cash. We've had that. I don't think we've had any past filing deadlines yet.
Some, not many.
It's not significant. It's
No.
not.
There's a few
and I-
coding things, but that's
Yeah.
about.
But I think, our people are on top of that. When they see that, they go out and notify I-35, and except for the pre-search, which we won't get paid for, most of that stuff we can go back and we can recode or rebuild.
What type of time delay is there from when they see their patients? How much time do they have to give us the information so we can do it?
Well, there's two cutoffs. And that's part of our deal. They need to be completing the chart and putting the charge in the day of the service. But our cutoffs are, they got 5 working days after the 15th, 5 working days after the end of the month to have that month, that first half of that month completed and the last half of that month completed so that it can be billed. And like I said, the 15th, we billed $5 million, which was primarily the first through the 15th. Haven't seen the numbers for the 16th through the end of the month because we haven't closed yet. But their direction is we want to bill twice a month. Let me back up this way. Therapy, you don't bill every day. It's a reoccurring, so you generally bill once a month, but we're billing twice a month just because we want cash flow. So we've established a deadline of 5 working days past the 15th, and then we'll bill, if we bill that, say by the 21st or 22nd, we'll get paid before we have to write the check to, on a management fee for the next year, which is the 10th of the next month. And then on the end of the month, that has to do with our close to some degree. We won't be closed by the 7th or the 8th working day after the end of the month. We want them to have their stuff in by the 5th. We'll get it billed, and then we'll certainly get paid during the next month.
And the good thing about what's coming up is we have several of these facilities who are on WebPT. It's taken us almost 14 months to build that interface without having all these extra issues. So ours are finally coming across clean. Once we get them under all our tax ID and they are housed under us, they can actually go through the same interface. So WebPT is actually putting those charges on. So we are gonna see, they are gonna see a decrease in workload on their end on I-35, and it's gonna make it better for us too in the long run, because those charges are gonna automatically hit. We're gonna go live, I think, Monday with Cleburne. They're gonna be our first one because they are so close. They're on WebPT. They're eager. The new 4 facilities that I was about to talk to, they want to do this, like they're invested in this. So they wanna be the next ones to go and get it interfaced. So if Cleburne goes off without a hitch, we're gonna see some amazing things happen and just a lot of work all the way around go down. So, not as many touches on claims and building and.
Yeah, when I think people back, I don't know if I mentioned that, Tammy Amadocca is PT, but she's really worked hard on it, she's taking the lead on the PT. It's looking good, I think, you know, I don't think we're there yet, I think, you know, I think that we're significantly further along the whole process than we were the last time that we talked, and we're making, you know, we're making significant, a lot of money out there, you know, so we've got to make sure we take care of business.
Why is the Fort Wayne clinic so low?
The primary reason is that they did a lot of workers' comp, and we just today figured out how to, they do the contract workers' comp, we have to build the facility, so they're holding the money until they get a bill from us, and we figured out today, they're sending us a list of donations, we'll create an invoice, and we'll send an invoice, so we should have, I don't know how much money that is. I'll tell you that location is not as busy as the other ones based on our observation. But that's the primary reason is the workers' comp. And we figured out how to get that. We'll send them a bill this next month, and apparently they have the money. And as soon as they receive an invoice from us, they'll send it to us. That'll make them look a little bit better. That's one that not our idea.
I was just gonna say, I found, the guys with I-35 to be really accommodating. I think they're working real hard to make all this happen. And even though they've gone through this before with WISE, this is still a startup. And you gotta iron out all the wrinkles. You gotta, you know, figure things out. And so it's not gonna be, you know, absolutely smooth to start with, but, I think we'll get there.
Yeah, we have our frustration with it, but I'll give them a pat on the back too. Michael was doing some analysis on the radiology center in Cleveland, which we haven't opened yet. But you know, the pro formas had been done with 1 FTE to do all the radiology over there. You know, Michael and Liz, you know, said that you can't do it with one. You know, you have one radiology tech can't do CT, they can't do ultrasound. So, you know, they did a reanalysis of it. It's going to take 2.5 FTEs. We went back to I-35, and they're redoing their contract to reflect that. So, you know, I feel like we're partnered with them. So, I guess the other is we cancel the contract, but you know, they've been good to work with. They've been real good.
It's gonna be okay.
Yeah.